Kaare Andrews drew this series of retro covers that I love. There are spoofs of the Image guys like Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, J. Scott Campbell, but they are done with such skill and love of the original that I almost feel like they're better than the original, especially because they combine the styles of all these artists. So let's do a deep dive analysis and check where the references must have come from. And of course, I can't help myself to draw in this style as well. First of all, they're not really classic homage covers, like when an artist kind of does their own version of something known. Andrews actually does that here. But these are spoofs of the styles. So to us fans, it's like watching Muhammad Ali dodge punches with his guard down, like a total display of skill and humor, the ultimate mic drop. Okay, let's start here. The spaghetti webbing and pose are classic McFarlane. A bit of the Eric Larson in the mask. And this MJ, to me, has a lot of J. Scott Campbell, especially the mouth, how it becomes sharp at the side, and also the hands here, the way the curves are exaggerated. Very Gen X. Even the anatomy in the wrists is like that, exaggerated to be super thin. Oh, nice. A mix of the three. 3 points. Here, Spider-Man is even more bulbous, J. Scott style. And these three other guys are really close to the Arthur Adams versions. Okay, the Hulk mouth is a bit of Roger Cruz, Joe Mad. And I still see the J. Scott in the folds of the clothes and exaggerated curve in the blades here. So cool. 4 points for this one. Here with this one I instantly recognized the pole sitting from a very early McFarlane, plus the Eric Larson moon and lighting. A 2-point Spider-Man with a bonus for the detail and the sparkles. But my favorite ones are these two. This Deadpool is the ultimate Deadpool. It's more Liefeld than Liefeld even himself. It's like Eric Clapton is doing a concert and then Prince steps on stage, grabs the guitar and does a 20-minute breathtaking solo, then hands the guitar back and Eric Clapton is like, guess I'll go home now. The mic drop of mic drops. Here, the clouds, spot on. Oval legs, the thick calves with the thin ankles, the hatching on the mask, flawless. This Wolverine kind of reminds me of the Eric Larson version, the shape of that mask. This Cable here is nuts though, almost Hillary Barta far out. Okay, last one, probably my favorite, because it's such an all-out homage to everything. Classic McFarlane upside down Spidey, even that mask rip to show the teeth. And this Rogue is J. Scott all the way, with the exaggerated hips, the thin wrists, but the pose is kind of a Jim Lee reference. Or kind of everybody who draws Gambit and Rogue. Arthur Adams T-Rex, Jim Lee Jubilee on steroids, and a classic hairy Wolverine. So what are the keywords? Thin wrists and ankles, pumped up muscles, altered classic poses. So let's make one from scratch. I want to draw black suit Spider-Man in McFarlane style, having a milkshake and fries while sticking on an alley wall. A bit inspired by the donut scene. And those bulbous quads are gonna be fun to exaggerate. And maybe the mask lifted up to drink from the straw will be funny. Let's see. Finding a pose took many tries and many layers. And I have to be able to see the white spider on the chest or back. So, yeah. Finally landed on this pose. Quick study of the McFarlane black Spidey suit. So there's the outline, then a highlight under the outline, and then spared out parts for the muscle highlights with a little bit of dot hatching. Mickey D. I got some wall samples from Spider-Man 1, and I'll use those big small alternating bricks on the side. And I gotta add the Rob Liefeld bullet hole mark. Nothing more 90s than that. Classic McFarlane buildings. And yeah, McFarlane does a ton of hatching on the walls. All the lines super straight. I'm sure he gets into a zen-like state when he starts inking and then just drops them perfectly one by one. I don't really like hatching like this. I don't know why, because I have no problem doing a pose again 20 times. But for texturing, somehow I always rush. Yeah, oh well. I tried recreating these color spots from scratch, but it didn't look good. So I'm just using the healing brush tool on some points that I copy-pasted. Then overlay the 90s text. Yeah, looks pretty similar. Just have to redo that smoke because it's so iconic. Okay, good. Copy paste the banners and done diddly done. I'm recording the voiceover the next day and I'm still pretty happy with the results, which is rare. Of course, I can find a ton of stuff that could have been better. Mainly that if it's a spoof, it should probably be more extreme, like a ton of webbing. Also, the shape of the arms got a little lost in the legs. It's a tough pose to pull off. The structure itself looked awesome, with the shoulder up and down, which makes the spider on the back show and makes the reach for the fries dynamic. But maybe because it's an all black suit, kinda doesn't read well instantly. Anyway, I actually did a video on Kaare Andrews' own style, so check that one here, or any of the other 100 artists I studied in the playlist. Drop a like if you liked the video, and catch you next time!